Leading off with Seattle, the Seahawks have given safety Nick Emmanwori jersey number 3. He's the first player to wear that number since, obviously, Russell Wilson was traded in 2022. Our following questions. Should Russell Wilson have his jersey retired by the Seahawks?
Negative.
What?
No.
Why?
He shouldn't have his jersey retired. Is he a Hall of Famer?
Yeah.
I don't think he is anymore.
You don't think so?
Nah, I don't think he is anymore. I think he's got to put together one or two more solid
Phillip
more
Rivers
years.
becomes a Hall of Famer, why would Russell Wilson not be a Hall of Famer?
I don't know. It's a great question. I think Phillip Rivers is a better quarterback, though.
You think Phillip Rivers is a better quarterback than
In his
Russell
prime,
Wilson?
yeah. I think he was.
But then you've got the Eli argument where you go, well, at what point do you give credit to trophies? Russell Wilson has one.
Yeah,
he went
has
to
two,
another.
but he beat
Phillip Rivers didn't touch
He beat
one.
Tom Brady, though, twice. Here's Barr. He goes, Tom Brady, he's nice. Psych, beat him
But
twice.
that's what I'm saying, though, is like when people give Eli Manning, like I don't know how many people would say Eli Manning is fundamentally a better quarterback than Phillip Rivers, but they'd go, well, Eli's in the Hall because he's got 2 rings.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, at one point, do you like how many extra points does Russ get on his Hall of Fame resume by virtue of having a trophy?
He gets some points, but Russell, he still doesn't even have he's still like 20,000 yards behind Phillip Rivers when it comes to passing yards. He got some work to do. Matthew Stafford's in front of him. Those are active players, and obviously Aaron Rodgers, Phillip Rivers not being active. I don't know, man. I think these last couple of years kind of hurt Russell's Hall of Fame case.
I mean, yes.
Yeah.
Anytime you go out not in a blaze of glory, but with kind of like a backfiring muffler on a car sounding horrible. Someone said, and he backstabbed Pete and John. Real question, how did he backstab him?
Because he wanted to leave?
A broken relationship doesn't mean that there was that Russ was backstabbing them. He told them to their face, then trade me.
Sometimes fans don't.
Allegedly.
Fans just expect players to be Kobe, to stay forever, to be certain players. That rarely happens. And when you're around somebody, I mean, Bill Belichick and Tom Brady had the most success you can have as a duo, and even they split. Like relationships, people change and they grow apart, and they're different. No, I don't think Russell backstabbed him. I think it hurt Seattle. It hurt the fans out here that he left for sure.
I don't know how you
part of the business.
I don't know how you backstab in the NFL outside of giving your playbook to another team. I truly don't know how. I don't know about this person's definition of backstabbing. Did he not try to get them fired? That's not what I heard.
Nah, where are you hearing this from? Who you know? Who you been talking to?
The rumor at the time that Russell Wilson, prior to him being traded, the rumor at the time was that Russell Wilson basically went to Jody and said, it's Pete or me, or that there was a version of it's me or it's Pete. You must fire Pete. This was just a story. I heard versions of this and that this didn't happen. So I could not tell you what happened. But like, since we don't know.
Well, hey, y'all let me know on the text line. Am I tripping? Is Russell Wilson, should his number be retired here? No one wears number 3 ever again. Like who we got up there? Walter Jones.
Largent, Cortez Kennedy, Walter Jones, and Kenny Easley.
Okay, so he didn't have those careers.
Yeah, not touching those careers. He's not touching those.
He's the best quarterback ever to play for the Seahawks.
Yeah.
I don't care what anyone says.
And it's not
you
even
can back that up with
close
stats.
either.
Yeah,
It's not close.
He is the best. But, I mean, Walter Jones, man.
Walter Jones is an
Kenny
all-time
Easley.
Hall of Famer.
Steve Largent.
Walter Jones is going to be every lineman's favorite lineman. Like, that's like saying the Tom Brady conversation, though. There's got to be room for someone who was just the best at his job.
It doesn't mean Russell wasn't nice. I'm just saying, though, you got to be a Hall of Famer. If he gets into the Hall of Fame, then you retire his jersey. And I don't think he gets into the Hall of Fame.
You don't?
I don't.
I don't think he gets in first ballot.
For sure,
I think
not
he gets
first.
in. And then think about legacy. Voters won't say that they're considering this, but they will be considering the fact that not only was he like a short quarterback who came in and defied stereotypes, a mobile quarterback who came in and made us rethink, what we talk about quarterbacking. Some people might take issue with it, but I think it's an important part of his story that he was the second black quarterback to ever win a Super Bowl. I don't know how he's not in the Hall of Fame.
I don't know, man. I don't think he gets in. He got a ball out this year. Who's he playing for?
The Giants.
Giants. Okay, good luck, buddy. Respect
I mean,
to Russ, though.
starting.
Respect to Russ. Greatest quarterback in Seahawks history. I just don't think there's enough. It's so borderline. Like it's not definitive yes or no. It's definitely borderline.
Is Jackson Dart starting? Jackson Dart was drafted. They traded back in and got him.
Is he starting? Nah. Russell's gonna start.
What if Russ balls out?
Let him sit.
He can't ball out. They don't have enough
let's not
weapons.
force these quarterbacks into horrible situations, man. That's why you got these veterans over there.
Okay. I will say the text line's pretty split. A lot of people are with you, and not only with you on Wilson. They say, I don't think in general we should retire like a bunch of players' numbers. Like someone said, let's stop retiring numbers and just do Ring of Honor.
It's all contingent.
The jersey retirement, I think the Seahawks kind of hold that as like the inner circle of the Ring of Honor. Like you are the best
it's
of the best
honors
in franchise
class Ring
history.
of Honor.
I feel like the only guy who is a lock to have his jersey retired by the Seahawks in the next like decade is Bobby Wagner.
Yeah.
Okay, and another thing I want to introduce, and yes, co-sign with both of you on that one. Another thing I want to introduce is the concept of a quarterback's job versus someone else being elite. Earl Thomas is a clear Hall of Fame talent at safety, okay? Richard Sherman was at one point, and Patrick Peterson would argue with you, but the best corner in the league.
Mm-hmm.
That secondary, that defense as a whole, had a bigger chunk of responsibility for winning that Super Bowl than did Russell Wilson alone. However, a quarterback's job is the hardest job in sports.
Yeah,
and I don't think that you can just say, I don't think they win a Super Bowl with just anyone at quarterback, with Chad Pennington or like whoever. I shouldn't say Chad Pennington, I don't know why. With Trent Dilfer at quarterback, I don't think they're like that version of the Ravens that just goes on.
I think they win with Trent Dilfer at quarterback.
You are
that
forgetting
Trent
what
Dilfer,
Russell Wilson did.
No, I'm not forgetting what Russell Wilson did.
I'm pulling up Russell Wilson's stats right now from 2013.
We just talked about one of the greatest defenses of all time.
Yeah.
Who did Trent Dilfer play with? One of the greatest defenses of all time.
In 2000 and 2001.
He still played one of the greatest defenses of all time. Trent Dilfer will win a Super Bowl with that defense. He'll win a defense championship with that.
Bumpus, no.
Hey.
In 2013, you needed a more prolific passer. You could not go 4 games.
Hold on.
In the year of our Lord, 2013.
Hold on. Did he not have Marshawn Lynch still over there running the rock?
Yes.
All right. What? All right, let's look at Russell Wilson's stats that year. Look it up that year.
Okay, here I go.
Tell me what my man did.
Watch me work. Okay, 2013. 63% completion percentage, 3,300 yards, 26 touchdowns,
which was average.
No, it didn't.
It's
no,
average.
It didn't. He set a rookie record the year before with 26 touchdowns. He threw for the same amount of touchdowns with one fewer interception. He only had 9 interceptions. He was a Pro Bowler.
Stacy,
let me get to the rushing yards. In 2013,
3,300 yards and 26 touchdowns. Come on now. Come on.
Let's look up Trent Dilfer's numbers.
He had like 15. He had like 15.
Let me go. Let me go ahead. No. Let's see what Trent Dilfer
games that year.
Let's watch Trent Dilfer work in this offense. Ooh-wee. Let's see him go. Okay,
give it to me, Trent.
Trent Dilfer. Here we go. 1,502 yards and 12 touchdowns. Let him cook.
11 interceptions. 12 touchdowns to 11 interceptions.
Like you said, it was a different league. You put him in this. You put him in this era.
No.
He's throwing the ball a bit more.
Russ threw for more touchdowns.
Give me his best
in that Super Bowl season than Trent Dilfer's touchdowns and interceptions. Trent's best year.
Highly disrespectful to Russell Wilson to compare
was with
Tampa
Bay. With Tampa Bay, get ready for that. Are you sitting down?
I'm sitting.
2,500 yards.
Yeah.
And 11 interceptions to 21 touchdowns.
He can do it.
Uh-oh.
He can do it.
Look out.
He can do it. He can do it. Russell's better, but Trent can win with that too.
Let me go ahead and go down this page to Trent's rushing yards. Let's see here.
Come on,
what do we got going on? No, hang on.
No, you're just trying to pile on that. Nobody cares about Trent's rushing yards.
I care about his rushing yards. Are you ready for this?
We know that.
Let's see yards. He had a long of 19 yards. Good
That's
for
not
you.
what he does.
75
total rushing
That's not
yards.
what he does.
75 total rushing yards. Let's see. Let's go to Russell Wilson in 2013.
Y'all some homers,
What's this?
man.
539.
Y'all some homers, man. Y'all some homers.
Wilson and Trent Dilfer.
Not everyone's talking about the Lakers. Michael Bumpus.
Y'all some homers, man.
No, it's a good debate. I think that what's so fascinating about Russell is he was not the best part of his team. Clearly, no one's arguing that. I think he's better than people gave him credit for.
For sure. Yeah, he's better than what I just gave him credit for, definitely. But, man, that's one of the top 3 defenses of all time,
Craig.
all
time, Craig.
All time.
The world. In fact, anytime I hear people since then try to make a case for why their defense is so good, someone did this recently, I think like 2 years ago with Cleveland, and he was saying it was better than Seattle's Legion of Boom era. And
Who said that?
Some radio host talking about Cleveland's defense at the time. And by the way, we were only like 10 games into the season or 11. So it wasn't even like a full season where you could look back. And they were better in some areas, but it was not like you were talking about where it's for 4 years, you're number 1 in points allowed, yards allowed, as in limited. Like, I just feel like we forget greatness. Look at the Jalen Milroe conversation we're having, excuse me.
Yeah.
It's like, better than Lamar. He was even better than Lamar. Well, hang on. Let's look at Lamar's stats in college.
Lamar was crazy in college.
Yes.
Y'all tripping. He's faster than Lamar, but nah.
It's the shiny new toy era.
All right, man. Trent Dilfer, maybe.
I mentioned, just because I want to be able to get to it, Utah Hockey Club's new name might have been leaked on the team's official YouTube page as Utah Mammoth.
Mammoth.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Didn't we see a story recently about people trying to bring the mammoth back?
Yeah, they said in a few years genetically they can do it. A few years they said genetically they can bring back dinosaurs. Stop tripping. We've seen that movie.
Yeah. Well, now I'm just thinking about, like, well, what if we made them nicer? Or, like,
nah.
I know I should focus on sports and get to the teas, but I really started thinking about what if we had a Jurassic Park, but it was better, and we trained them up, and we made them, maybe we make them pygmy kind of dinosaurs, like a T-Rex, but it's the size of a lab. I
ain't messing with no dinosaur. Leave him alone.
I'm going to do some Googling during the break. Greg Rosenthal is going to join us at noon. Coming up next, sports needs villains. So here are the